Welcome, everyone, to a brand new series in Survival Minecraft. We're out here today, and we're about to start a brand new adventure, building all of the things that I can imagine. So, I've got a few plans for this world, and it's generally going to be pretty relaxed. I've been playing a lot of Trackmania recently, but with work getting much busier, I just haven't been able to keep up, and I'm in need of something that can kind of get the creative juices flowing and allow me to relax, which, is Minecraft in this case. So, I've got a few things, but, we're going to start by punching a tree here, get some resources, and I'll just kind of chat through what the general plan is for this series. Sorry, music got a little loud there, so I had to turn it down a smidge, but as you probably just noticed, the tree decayed quite quickly. Just wanted to cover off on a few things. I am playing mostly vanilla. I'm using some resource packs and data packs from the Vanilla Tweaks website, and one of my favorites is fast leaf decay. That way you don't wait around 10 years for a tree to decay and give you the sticks and apples potentially. So, got that on, and a few visual and mob drop heads kind of deal so I can play around with some decorations. So I kind of like this biome to start. Just going to generally explore. The first couple episodes, I'm probably going to take it a bit slow, get geared up. This is going to be a long series. I don't want to rush too far into things, but generally want to find a place where I can settle down, call home for the time being, and kind of get geared up. Then I plan on exploring a little bit and finding, a cool larger area that I want to populate. Nice cave there. So, I have a little bit of a plan of what I want to do. I do want to make a giant city, kind of like City Skylines, if you've ever played that game. And I really want to create just like a thriving metropolis with different zones or areas, like an agriculture zone, an industrial zone, and with a touch more realism. I want to be a little creative, but also kind of like a little bit more realistic in how I want to build in kind of this playthrough. So I'm going to kind of stick to that. I got a few things picked out. I will definitely link some of the models that I found online if you would like to follow along when I eventually get there. And these are interesting. I think these are the new firefly bushes, right? Yeah, I haven't played around with these yet, so I don't quite know what they do. This is actually the latest Minecraft update, and I know it's kind of older for a lot of people that play quite often, but I've kind of taken a little bit of a break, and this is the first time in a couple months that I've played. So I'm actually pretty excited to see what I've been missing out on. All right, so first things first, I think let's go over here. There was a cave, and try and get some resources. So as I mentioned before, I have a few resource packs on here. Now, just before anyone gets a little jump scare from me entering creative mode or spectator mode, I don't have FreeCam installed yet. I'm going to be looking into getting that installed, but for the moment, I'm going to use spectator mode. Not going to use it for like the cheaty look through walls to find resources, but on my bigger builds until I can kind of make FreeCam work, I'm going to be using that as a solution. I also have commands on because I want to be able to recover things just in case something happens to me. So I've had a bit of bad luck in the past where my computer kind of like fries itself when I play Minecraft, and then either something gets messed up, I lose a bunch of items, and given that I'm pretty busy with work, I may not have the time to grind. I'm not going to sit here and give myself diamonds, but I want the commands available to me just in case the world could get corrupted or anything like that. So I've got some of that stuff on. It'll also help debug in case something needs to happen. In the past we've had things like, there's too many cod spawning and, causing some lag. So maybe I'll be able to kind of run a command to do that. But just so everyone's clear on that, not trying to be the most hardcore Minecrafter out here. Just to look at a build and have some fun, and just kind of have nice quality of life while I play. Cool. So, got some wood. I want to explore that cave, so I'm going to need some torches and probably some tools to do that. But I also need a food source, so let's grab a few blocks here, see if we can get some seeds to plant some wheat, and then kind of get that going. I think this ice shelf here is kind of a good starting point. It's got nice open flat space where I can build a few things, and I think mobs can spawn in it. I'm not sure, but I don't plan on hanging out here permanently, so this is more of just let's get things going. There we go, got our first stone tools. And let's plant some seeds. Look at all those achievements. Oh yeah, I guess I should talk about that a little bit. So eventually I want to get all the advancements. So, all those things that are coming through now, the CD place, I want to see if I can get all of those, because I don't think I've ever done that. And I know there's some pretty crazy ones, like getting all potion effects and stuff like that. So looking forward to that. So we now have the world's worst food supply in some berries. And what I'm really just looking here for is hoping for something quick. I keep cutting around here, probably to different things, but I need a bed, I need some food, and berries will do, I guess, but, famous last words, I'm saying I'm going to move on from berries, and I'm probably going to be stuck with them for a while because they're the easiest food source. Let's see if we can get some wool here. There's one. Oh, that's a cow. Will you give me wool? Yes, you will. Oop, and you're the same color. Will you give me 2? Come on. Nope. Oh, but there's one more. And let's not look at the Enderman. And brown mushrooms are very important. We're going to use these to cure some villagers eventually. So, good to grab those. And, uh-oh, that's a pillager outpost. All right, let's get our bed here. And let's sleep before we die. Hopefully not too many deaths. Again, I'm not going for hardcore, so... Okay, let's finally go check this cave out here now that I've got some food for saturation and I've got at least 12 torches to light things up. Hopefully there's something just right in here that I can take. And let's see. Oh my gosh. Okay. All right, there's a skeleton there. Bit of a jump scare. Yeah, let's not. So now we're headed back. Hopefully I was far enough away for that skeleton to despawn, and we can get back to this cave. All right, I don't see him, but I do hear a zombie. Ah, there he is. Let's get him. There we go, and we get an achievement with it. Great. So let's light this thing up and see if there's any resources. I do see some coal there. Don't hear any baddies, which is good. Hopefully not too many jump scares for myself, but you guys can all laugh if a creeper comes and blows me up, because I know inevitably that is going to happen. Hopefully later in the series, not when I'm just trying to get started, but, yeah. Great. What a vein. Good start. So that should get me a lot of torches. 27 coal. So that's enough for a stack of torches, then even some for smelting things. So let's go back here. Creeper. Come on. Will you give me gunpowder? Yeah. Iron. Only 2. Need a few more than that to get some gear, but we're on our way. Of course, this cave does not want to leave me alone. Just give me a few resources, please, so I can at least gear up a little bit. More creepers. Even more creepers. Maybe I can get them to blow each other up. And here's that lush cave. Alright. Seems like there's stuff over here. Oh, that's a horde of zombies. Let's not and say that we did. Maybe we could take them on? Eh. Man, I have no food. I am so prepared for this, but at least I have 3 iron now. I can at least make a pickaxe, so we can maybe get diamonds. If I can ever get down low enough. And we've done it. We resorted to digging down. So, I saved y'all the agony. Although it was more like 10 seconds of agony of digging down, and we found a bit of iron. So hopefully this will yield us something good, and we can, you know, get at least a little bit geared up, maybe get a shield, very least get a pickaxe, and then we can get everything we need to go exploring. Because doing so without armor and without proper tools is a little bit precarious. Alright, so we've got 11 iron. That's not bad. Not bad for a 10-second dig here, right near where I've set up my temporary base. So let's go smelt these things up, and then we'll finally be able to do things. We've acquired hardware, and now we make our very first pickaxe. Yay! And a shield. Yay! Look at that. Look at me. I'm all protected. And a sword. And then an axe. Cool. This should be all I need for now. Let's throw this in the chest. And we're off. So there should be a chest in these pillager outposts. I'm going to leave the allays alone because I don't really have a use for them, and kind of holding them now without having any way of storing them properly, no leads or anything, be a little tricky. I don't want them to despawn. Don't quite know how they work because I haven't really used them. But let's see what we've got up here. If I remember correct, there might be an iron golem, if we're lucky. I hear him. I'll let you out, don't worry. But I need the treasure first. Hello, sir. Can I introduce you to my shield? Alright. Look at all this I'm doing because I have a shield. Alright, getting a bit annoying here. Man, I just love the noises they make. These guys and villagers, just too much, man. Alright, did I get them all? Nope, somewhere. There he is. Alright. Let's try and get some of our hunger taken care of and our health back. All I want is these chests, but everything really wants me to not survive the day. Alright. That guy's got a deep voice. Maybe I can get them to shoot each other? Okay, now there's 3. Okay, this is just not fair. I'm gonna round a shield before I get anywhere. Yeah, let's just not mess with these guys too much. Back down to the caves we go. Hopefully not too many zombies this time. Yeah, decided I need a bit more armor because, yeah, I was getting a little bit wrecked by the pillagers there. Or the illagers, I should say, not the pillagers. I could take on one of them, but when they start to spawn as fast as they did, not quite conducive for my survival. But looking for that good iron. Need a little bit more so we can craft up the rest of our gear. And then finally go take what is rightfully ours in that pillager outpost. And that is quite the vein of coal. I'll have to come back for that. There we go. We got our first little bit of iron. How many do we got here? Ooh, that's a good one. Nice. There we go. All right. Just a little bit. There's a creeper, but also some iron. Let's not die to the creeper. Or both creepers, jeez. Yeah, tank that. A third one? Wow, you've got to be kidding me. These creepers just keep on spawning. Good thing he can't walk up the water. Whoop. There we go. Water, I think, helps soften the blow, if I remember correctly. Or maybe I just got lucky. Who knows? But let's grab this last little bit of iron here. Hopefully that should give us enough soon to make the rest of our armor. And here are the pants. Now we should be set to go get everything we need. Let's just grab a bucket. Always good to have a bucket. And we're off. Let's go. Let's get this chest finally and see what we've got. How are you already down here? I swear, you guys are like cheating. Anyway, I'm going to go take your treasure now. Luckily, there's no powdered snow up here. That would have been just a giant pain. Hello, sir. Yeah, you can see they're quickly making much work against my shield here. I guess it's been a while since I played. Oop, did I get ahead? Yeah, I did. That'll be good. It's been a long time since I played, so I think I'm just not used to the amount of mob spawns. All right. That's a rabbit. Okay, let's get in here. Block anything from coming up there. I don't know if they come up there. Let's not die. Oh, there's another one. Hello, sir. Maybe I should just block this off. Oh, come on. Get out of here. And, of course, I have no food on me. Apologies for the darkness, but I prefer not to die. Okay, let's hope that there's, like, no one up here. No, nothing so far. Let's not get shot, though. Okay. There is a chest up here, I know. All right, what do we got? What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? Okay, nothing special at all. Fun. Okay, well, that was totally worth it. Wow, I spent so much time getting all of myself geared up, only to get up here for a whole lot of nothing. I was hoping for a little bit better loot. Oh well. At least I got some bread out of it. And a goat horn. I guess that's something. Really like these goat horns. Okay. How do I want to do this? There's some trees that I could jump into. Yeah, let's do this. Let's not get shot. Oop. Dang. They're angry. I only took their goat horn. Come on. Let's lead them over here just in case they keep up with me. That way they're not just right in front of my little starter base here. Boom. Okay, I don't see them. Great. Wow, he still followed me all the way over. Gonna have to take care of him, or I'll just run away. I don't know. Let's get him away so he doesn't kill all the crops. Should make him... There we go. Assisted by the berry bush. All right. We set off to do some exploring. We just got a bit of food. We pillaged the pillager or illager, whatever you call them, outpost. And let's go find some goodies. Cave system. What you haven't seen is me slowly but surely wading my way through a bunch of powdered snow. Water makes quick work of it, thankfully, because I don't have leather boots. Probably should have made that. But can at least grab some resources here. Maybe. There we go. At least they give me some food. How generous of them. Okay, another cave system. I was hoping for some surface iron or something. Give me something. Can barely see. Chainmail and a creeper. What in the world? Oh, God. Totally pro maneuver right there. Perfect use of the shield, if I say so myself. Okay. More generous zombies offering me food. Of course. Why wouldn't there be a spider as well? Where are you? I hear you. There you are. Give me your string or your eyeball. There we go. Hey, some emeralds. Look at that. Our first emerald. Heck yeah. And it doesn't even come from trading. Look at it. Look how gorgeous that is. Wonderful. Let's grab it. Maybe grab a little bit more coal. Man, they just don't stop coming. Great. Hopefully not too much more powdered snow here. Water is so great for literally everything. A bit loud, but gets the job done. Alright, we continue to explore. Onwards. Okay. Now that we've made it out of the powdered snow, we continue on. I haven't played too much with powdered snow, but I do want to experiment with it more. see what I can do. I know there's a lot of cool mechanics that there are. And then you can walk on it with leather boots, but... Okay, so we got lots of ice. Definitely in a cold biome. Probably going to be some polar bears about. Make sure not to get eaten by those. That would be bad. Hello, Mr. Polar Bear. Please do not eat me. Oh boy. No hunger, no stamina. This is bad. But I think we are close to home, or at least we're in the right biome for berries. I feel like I'm walking in slow motion here. More sheep. Thank you for sacrifice. Look at all that mutton. Alright, let me get all filled back up, and we'll come back. Keeping on walking. Looking for home. None of this looks familiar. It's raining. Sounded like a fox. Aha! Torch. Alright. Got half a heart and a dream. Let's not take 3 block fall damage. Let's get back over here. Whew. I'll tell you, I'm coming real close here to perishing. And that's trying not to do that. Now, one thing is, if I do end up perishing, problem is when I throw the Eye of Ender, it will not take me directly to the staircase, and I will have to explore. So, trying to not do that. Anyway, smelt up some iron and do a bit of things. Alright, so I think we're going to wrap things up here. I've done a bit of exploring. I've got geared up. Got a little farm here going, but lots of snow and lots of things to explore. So hope you enjoyed this one, and I will catch you in the next video.